weekly reading vlog. It is Tuesday, the 20th at 1:45 a.m. And just chilling, working. Gonna get some thunderstorms rolling in, so that's pretty exciting. So, I have been reading The Traitor Baru Cormorant by Seth, Dickinson. And I'm about 25% of the way through, and I am liking it. It is no nonsense. I kind of like that it's not frilly-nilly with all this flowery writing. So the concept so far, from what I understand, is that our main character, Baru, was raised in an area where she had two loving fathers and a mother, and then an empire called Falcrest, the Masquerade, came and took over her area, so like some colonization, and taught her that, the correct ways of the world, where you only have good breeding, eugenics, a single father and mother with only good genes. And Baru ends up going to the school created by this group, this empire, and she's trained, and she's super smart, super powerful, and she ends up going to this country that has been colonized by the Masquerade, but not thoroughly. And so she goes to be the imperial accountant to figure out what's going on, where all the money is, and corruption. So it seems as if Baru is the perfect little imperial little island girl that has been taught the correct ways, but she's trying to get the power back and save her little island. So it's pretty intense. It's non-frilly, and I'm enjoying it. Straight to the point, pretty gruesome. The way that the author talks about some of the things that happen is just gruesome and to the point, and you just absorb it. You're like, ew, eugenics, perfect breeding, okay. And so I'm liking it. It's pretty good. It's humid. Lots of rainstorms and water in the air. Anywho, this is our first update for our next weekly reading vlog. It is June 20th, Tuesday at about 11 a.m. So, because I'm in an exhausted state, I can't really remember where we left off. I think last night I gave you guys a general overview of the Traitor Baru Cormorant, and but then I got rained out. So essentially what I want to do is I want to tell you guys where I'm at with reading, what percentages I'm at. This is the last week of June, so I'm hoping to wrap up what we have going so that we can kind of start on a clean slate for July. So for our audiobooks, I am still reading Lisey's Story by Stephen King, and I am about 26% of the way through it. And I would like to go ahead and finish that before the end of the month. I don't want to carry that one over. I also am still 53% of the way through Erotic Stories for Punjabi Widows. I haven't told you guys the author of that, I realized, and that is Balli, Kaur, Jaswal. I hope I said that right. I have given an overview for this, but essentially it is a young, non-traditional Indian woman whose parents raised her as Punjabi, but when they moved to London, they kind of just, became non-traditional. And this young lady picks up a job, what she thinks is handling a writing workshop for the temple in the more conservative area of the Punjabi part of town. Come to find out, when she gets there, it is a group of widows who think that they are going to learn how to speak and read and write in English. They're an awesome group of widows, so many personalities, and they end up connecting through telling erotic stories, which is very taboo for this group of women. There seems to be a lot of topics that are not openly discussed with these women, and things we're learning about what it really means to be a widow in this culture. There's also a little bit of a mystery. We're trying to figure out, what happened to the director who runs the program's daughter has been murdered, and just a whole overview and outlook on what is expected of a woman, and these group of women, young and old, trying to figure out their places in the world. It's really great. The erotic stories are super hot, but mainly the group of characters is what's solidifying it for me. So I like it. I hope I don't sound too ignorant talking about all of this, but it's a good little read. I'm also 9% through my first reread of Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. That is going good. It's the second book, so we're picking up on all the characters, getting some more of their backstory. So I have no rush on that. That's okay if we continue that through July and through August. It's a reread, so I'm kind of hoping just to have Rhythm of War done by the end of the year. So as far as Kindle books go, I have The Golden Fool, which is the second book in the Tawny Man trilogy by Robin Hobb. I am at 9%. That's another one I'm cool with taking a month or two to read. I love to read it slowly. I know the characters and the world so well that I'm never going to be confused, and I'm just gonna take it at kind of a languid pace. I also have the Traitor Baru Cormorant, which I am 26% of the way through. I would like to finish that this week, so that'll be a focus point. I also have Scarred Wolf, my little paranormal urban fantasy smutty thing. I'm at 83% of the way through, and I would like to finish that. I also have a couple of my longtime Kindle reads going. I have one contemporary romance, and a couple fantasies. It would be cool to knock one of those off, but no pressure there. But yes, I have a couple plans in July. I'm thinking of joining another channel's special reading challenge, and I have my Fairy Loot edition that I have to draw, so that's about it. Yesterday was my hump day at work, so I still got a couple days to go, and we're just chilling, pushing along on this rainy, big trucks everywhere. On this rainy day, I should be sleepy. Check in later. Welcome to the vlog. It is Thursday, June 22nd at 12:30 a.m. And I fear I am in a reading slump. I think it's the Traitor Baru Cormorant doing it to me. I am 44% of the way through it. And it's good, but like I had said in my last update, it is a no-nonsense book. So it goes from one situation to the next with no sort of reflection time or show of any personal growth. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But for instance, one situation will arise where Baru has to, take care of herself. And then it, gets to the resolution. She takes care of herself. And then it's on to the next one. So it's like all these little episodic instances, and all this time is going by, and 3 years later, and there's just not any personal connections. It feels kind of like reading a textbook. I mean, it's not bad, but there's no life or emotions in the characters. And I think that I'm struggling with that. If we could just get a little bit of emotion from Baru or emotion from the side characters, I think it would be so much better. And I mean, initially I was liking that it was so straightforward. The imagery is still beautiful. You could picture everything so perfectly. So I think that that's what's causing me to have a hard time, is because I can picture these situations so perfectly, but there's no explanation of emotions on faces or any emotion really. I think it's kind of left up to you to do it, or maybe it's not even supposed to be there. But I'm struggling. So I think I'm gonna just put it to the side for now. I mean, I don't have to finish it. I did pick up Secret Project Book 3 today and got to 11% of it. So I mean, it's pretty good. Just waiting for the big yum to happen, which, I mean, come on. How much longer are they gonna make us wait? But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if it's just the time of the month. It's that time to be so old and still be a woman of breeding age. Or I don't know what it is, but I'm just not super feeling anything. I mean, I did some reading on The Golden Fool, got to 11% of that, which is always comforting. But I'm just not reading anything that excites me. I did today, I downloaded the audiobook to the sequel of Wrath and Ruin. I'm gonna have to look up the titles, but I read the first one, and so the second one is gonna be incredible. I'll give you an overview of that later. Falling out of work yesterday because I had such a bad migraine, such a bad headache. I couldn't come in, so now I have to try and decide if I want to come in on one of my days off, because Thursday night and Friday night are supposed to be my days off. Either that or miss a day's worth of pay, which is a lot. It's like $120. So we'll see. It's cold here. It's been raining. One of the cool things though is that now that summer is coming, now that it is summer officially, our days will be super long. So the sun won't go down until 11:30, 10:30, around there. So that's pretty cool. And they finally sprayed for the mosquitoes. So now we don't have to be devoured, but now the flies will start growing. It's always something here. Right now, I am listening to a fantasy book called The Dangerous Highlander or something. It's just some little smut book, but fantasy smut book. I'm just trying to get into anything. We shall see. I'll check in later. Bye-bye. It is 1:30 now on the 22nd, and it was bugging me trying to think about the name of that book. So the original, the first one, it's a duology. The first one is called Songs of Wraith and Ruin, and I don't remember all the characters' names, but I remember it was so great because there's this princess and her mom is killed, the queen is killed, so she has to take control of the throne. So that's our one main character. And then our second main character is a boy who immigrates to the city because his family is starving, and he comes with his little sister. The little sister ends up getting taken by a demon, and he makes a deal with the demon so that he can get his sister back. And then the princess, who is now the queen, finds an evil spell. If she has the heart of a king, she can resurrect her mom. And so she does this big ol' challenge, scenario competition games-ish, where she'll crown the winner as the king, and then she's gonna kill him and take his heart. And the boy ends up joining the games to do something for the demon, but I don't remember. But it was so incredible, and I was thinking about it the other day, thinking about a Songs of Wraith and Ruin. Good morning. It is still the 22nd. It is about 5:30 a.m. I left work a little early because there were so many of us, and I figured, why not? But I was in the middle of the update and my coworker walked out, so I had to stop. But yes, Songs of Wraith and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown was the book we were discussing. So yes, I read it before and I absolutely loved it. The story just sucked me in. The West African setting, the magic, the way they described the outfits, the beautiful people. It was so great. So I was thinking about that. So I ended up, from my library, I got the audiobook for the second book in the duology, which is Psalms of Song and Fire, I think. Something, I can't. I obviously can't give you no good updates. So, I didn't listen to much at work today. I think I maybe listened to 2% of Words of Radiance. So now I am at 11% of that. And then I got to 11% of the little fantasy romancy smut book I downloaded called Dangerous Highlander. So I'm literally like at 11% of so many books right now. I have The Golden Fool, I'm at 11%. Dangerous Highlander. Words of Radiance, My Secret Project. So we're not getting a lot done, are we? However, it was a perfectly rainy evening at work, and I've got my Sheet Happens shirt. Tea Turtle's the best. Not sponsored, obviously, because no one's watching these. However, it was super rainy. It's still super rainy. The sun is about to come up. I'm sure you can hear the birds. So I'm gonna go to bed. It's chilly and I'm gonna get some sleep. So we shall see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully some reading progress. I mean, I guess I am making progress, just not finishing anything right now. So only a few more days till July starts, so we gotta get it together. I'll check in later. Hello, reading vlog. It is Friday, June 23rd at 7:30 a.m. and I am slumpy. I am slumpy in my reading. I am slumpy in my attitude. Sylvanas. Oh. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is my monthly cycle, but the last 4 or 5 days I am just done. So I have been doing a lot of laying in bed. I have been reading, but it's not like anything substantial, but I guess the little things count, right? The little ding ding dings. I've been reading some more Golden Fool. I have been reading The Secret Project. I just don't feel devoted to anything. Fridays are the days that I've been shooting to get my reading vlogs up. So, look at this thing. Sylvanas, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. Crazy kitty. Anyway. So Fridays are the days that I've been trying to get my reading vlogs up. So I haven't edited it at all. So I'm going to focus on that today. My house is a disaster zone. So I'm going to focus on cleaning and doing this vlog. Don't. Sylvanas. All of us have chores that we have to do today, so I am off tonight. It is Friday night, so I'm hoping to just be at least non-slumpy in my housework. Take care of the house. I'm supposed to take the kids swimming today, but it looks pretty raunchy out. Oh, there's the prettiest bird over here. I'll see if it stays so I can show you. All right, I'll check in soon. Hello, weekly reading vlog. It is Friday, the 23rd at 9:00 p.m. I have been doing a lot of reading today. I started a new book. So it is called The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. And it is a romantic fantasy, I want to say, but it's pretty heavy on the fantasy. So essentially, our main character, Oriah, was, her family was murdered, and the night-born king of vampires adopted her. And so she has been raised in his court, and he has taught her since she was very little to fight and protect herself. And there is this competition that happens every 100 years that she has joined, because if you win the competition, you get granted one wish from the goddess Nyaxia, maybe that's how you say it, Nyaxia, who is the goddess of the vampires. And Oriya wants to wish to become as powerful as her father, the Nightborn King. So she wants to make some kind of deal where she can share his power and he can share hers. And the reason she wants to do this is so that she can go back into the enemy lands and see if she can find her family. And so she can be powerful, because she's been raised around all these vampires all her life. It's pretty brutal. I'm really loving the different classifications of the vampires. So Bloodborn, Shadowborn, and Nightborn. And there's different kinds of vampires. They have the Resiums, which have feathered wings, and the I don't know how to say these words. Hyjaal vampires with leathery wings, leathery like bat wings. Obviously, you know which one I'm gonna like the best. So our other main character is Rahain, I don't know, something. And he is, we're not sure which type of vampire he is, but he is a Resium. He has the black feathered wings, and she has made a deal with him that they'll work together so that they can do the cooperating team part of the competition. So he's obviously the love interest. He's very mysterious, and so it's pretty good. Lots of lore in it, lots of really good world building, and I'm super into it, which I'm glad, because I was getting in a slumpy there. But I wanted to check in. I think maybe so far the book is upper YA, I'd say. I'm hoping that it's more new adult though, because, I love the smut. I love it. Anyway, I was contemplating going to work tonight, but I'm not gonna. We knew I wasn't, right? Yeah, I knew I wasn't, but I'm gonna keep reading. I'm tired. Do I look tired? I feel it. But I will check in soon. Bye-bye. Hello, weekly reading vlog. It is Sunday, the 25th at 1:20 a.m. It's my Monday. Working, making money. So today, so far, I've been listening to Dangerous Highlander by Donna Grant. It is a romantic fantasy, very romantic, smutty. It is, so the story takes place in 1607, and there is this young woman named Kara, and she lives in a village in which she is an orphan, and she's at a nunnery, going to become a nun, helping the orphan children. And there's this haunted castle outside of the village. So she goes to pick mushrooms to help out one of the nuns, and there's a huge storm, and she trips and falls, and out comes the Highlander to save her. Well, come to find out, hundreds of years ago, the gods were trapped inside the bodies of Highland warriors. So the castle is occupied by 3 brothers, all Highland warriors with a piece of a god stuck in them. And there's this evil sorceress druid named Deidre who is the reason that they're all shackled. And she's trying to get all the gods under her control so she could take over the world. And lots of smut. And he wants to bang her so bad and taste her so bad. It's good. It's all right. So that's what I'm doing. Pretty sleepy. I did the tally this morning, and I am in the middle of 11 books. 11. So I've been listening to this for a couple hours, and I think I'll probably switch over to something else. Got Lacey's story, and I got the Psalms of, oh gosh, I can't remember. But I could start. Got Words of Radiance. Maybe we'll get something done. I have 5 days of work, and then I'm off for 6 days. My little baby has to get surgery, but hopefully she only feels bad for a couple days, because I'd like to do some fun stuff with him since I'm off for the holiday. Independence Day here in the Americas. But we shall see. I'll check in later. Bye-bye. Hello, weekly reading vlog. It is Sunday, the 26th. It is midnight, so it just turned Sunday. I am working away. So last night I picked up a new audiobook. I downloaded it last week. It is called Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen, and I am absolutely in love with it. It is so good. So we have Violet, who is a seer, and so when Violet was little, she ended up having one of her first true visions, and it was that this little boy was going to be killed. So she went to the spot, and day after day after day after day, and then she finally saved him. Well, come to find out, that's the prince of the kingdom. Jump ahead 11 years, I think, and she is 18 and he is 19, and he is Prince Cyrus, and she is the seer for the king. Well, Cyrus is cursed. That if he doesn't find his true love, the kingdom will become ruins. And so she's just living her life. She's a smart ass. She's hilarious. She calls him Princey, and the king is making her do false prophecies, and Cyrus is such a grumpy butt. But obviously he's in love with her, and that's why he hasn't found his true love yet. Cyrus has to find his true love to break some kind of curse. There is so many good characters so far, and my favorite side character's name is Dante, and he is best friends to both Violet and Cyrus, and I'm trying to figure out what his deal is. Is he magic? Is he a druid? Is he a fae? Because there are fae in this world, like literal little fairies, and if you have money to buy ambrosia, you can have a little fairy to glamour your clothes and do all kinds of things for you. Little Tinkerbell fairies. But there's the fairy woods that's slowly being cut down, and I think that's gonna have something to play with it. But I am loving it. And come to find out, it is actually one of my Fairy Lou books. Hello, weekly reading vlog. It was such a hassle to try and update you yesterday. I kept getting interrupted. Okay, so tonight I am going to be finishing up Violet Made of Thorns. And I think I'm about 67% of the way through. It is so good. But Violet is just so opposed to opening herself up to anybody. Poor Cyrus. He is so love-stricken. I can't wait to see her get over this. And I can't wait to see what Dante is. Because I do believe that he's something. I think he might be a fae. Not sure. I guess we'll see. Other than that, everything's going. It's going. Let's just say that. Making money. I'm making money. What for? I don't know. Ugh. So it is my Wednesday. I have 2 more nights after tonight, and then I have 6 days off. So, making plans with people. I'll be busy Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with my baby because she's going to have surgery. But Thursday, we're going to take them swimming with their friends that are back in town finally before her surgery. And maybe lunch on Sunday with a friend. I hang out on Monday with a friend. Then the holiday. So busy, busy, busy. But I'll check in later, Tater.